Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to supercharge your English conversations. How? By tackling the single most overused phrase out there. You know the one. It's time to move beyond the basics and, start connecting for real. Sound familiar? I bet it does. It's that classic, almost robotic exchange we have, I don't know, dozens of times a week. We say it without even thinking about it. But let's just stop for a second and ask, is this really a conversation? Or is it more of an automatic script? Just a reflex that doesn't actually invite any kind of real connection. Okay, so let's dive into this. We're going to start by breaking down exactly why this phrase can be, a total conversational dead end. I mean, let's be honest. The truth is, how are you can often feel a little insincere. It's kind of become this conversational placeholder, just a bit of filler we use when we're not sure what else to say. And most of the time, we're not actually expecting a real detailed answer, are we? Yeah, and this is what it's all about. Let's call it the greeting trap. It's that moment where we ask a question, but we don't really want a real answer. And what happens? It can just shut down a potentially great conversation before it even gets started. But hey, don't worry. We're not just here to talk about the problem. We've got solutions. We're going to build you a whole toolkit of fantastic alternatives for pretty much every situation you can think of. Casual chats, formal settings, and even some fun, playful moments. All right, let's jump right in. First up, and this is probably the most useful category for most of us, we've got some great alternatives for those casual, friendly chats with people you already know. So look at the variety here. It's pretty cool. How's it going? That's a perfect neutral swap. Can't go wrong with that one. What's up? That started out as very American, but now you hear it pretty much everywhere. And then there's the very British, what have you been up to? I love this one. It's got this playful, warm feeling to it, almost like you're asking what kind of fun trouble they've been getting into. Okay, this is a really important one because it highlights a key cultural difference. In the UK, if someone says, "You all right?" a lot of the time it's just another way to say hello. A simple, "Yeah, you?" is all you need. But in the US, if someone asks what's new, they're genuinely asking for a little update. They want to know what's been going on. So, see? Two similar sounding phrases, but with totally different expectations. Now, if you want to show you really care, these are fantastic options. Asking, "How are you feeling?" shows you actually remember they were sick or maybe they had a big exam coming up. "How was your day?" So simple, but so effective. And how's life treating you? What a wonderfully warm way to reconnect with someone you haven't seen in a while. All right, let's switch gears a bit and talk about more formal situations. When you're at work or in a business meeting or even just sending a professional email, you're going to need a different set of tools. In a professional setting, it's all about clarity and respect, right? So, "How do you do?" is a real classic for a first meeting. If you're asking about a project, something like, "How are things progressing?" is perfect. It's specific and it's all about the work. And for emails, starting with, "I hope you are well," that's just a polite standard opener. No direct reply is really needed. And here's the thing you absolutely have to remember about "how do you do." It's not really a question. It's more like a formula. You say it, the other person says it right back to you, you'll probably shake hands, and that's it. It's a classic piece of traditional British etiquette. A little strange, but good to know. Okay, now for the really fun stuff. For those times when you want to show a little more personality with your friends, people you know really well, here are some awesome, playful options. But first, a quick word of warning. These are super informal. They're perfect for adding a bit of a spark to a chat with a friend, but you probably wouldn't want to use them with your new boss, and definitely not in an English exam. So these are mostly American and just full of character. Howdy. Believe it or not, that's just a super short version of "how do you do?" What's cookin' is a fun, kind of old-fashioned way of asking what's new. And if you want a really modern, playful twist, asking "what's sizzling?" that's like asking for all the latest, most exciting news or gossip. So, we've got all these new phrases. How do you actually put it all into practice? Well, it really just comes down to choosing the right phrase for the right person at the right moment. And here's a super simple way to think about it. Just 3 steps. First, think about the situation. Is it formal or casual, a business meeting, or just coffee with a friend? Second, consider your relationship. Is this a friend, a colleague, a total stranger? And third, what kind of vibe do you want to give off? Do you want to sound friendly, professional, or a bit more playful? And just like that, in only a few minutes, you've added more than 20 new tools to your communication toolkit. That's over 20 new ways to get past that boring, fine thanks
and start a genuinely great conversation.
So I want to leave you with this thought. Every single greeting is an opportunity. It's a chance to connect. The very next time you see someone, you have a choice. Your next conversation, it starts right now. So what are you going to say?